Hello guys. Really, I'm just here today really just to, I suppose, introduce people to Ekinops, because it seems to be a lot of people don't actually know who Ekinops are. Ekinops are a network vendor. We're a European network vendor, headquartered in Paris. We're actually based around the world. We have about 10 offices worldwide. And it's surprising how many people don't know us. I didn't actually know of Ekinops myself before they actually tried to employ me. So I totally understand it's the same for most of us. There's three pillars, really, of Ekinops. It's a bit, I'm afraid to say it's a bit quick. I'll do it as quickly as I can because it really is a bit salesy, this lot. We have three pillars. So we have Ekinops 360, which is our optical transport solution. We have One Access, which is our branch kind of routers. We specialize in edge devices, so it's edge compute, routers, Ethernet devices, stuff like that. And then we have Compose, which I like to prefer to call the kind of control pieces. So that's your management GUIs, that's your directors for your SD-WAN solution. For example, bits and pieces around the edge compute, especially the stuff to do with imaging and open virtual switch and stuff like that. SD-WAN, as I said, virtual network functions, and then middleware, they're kind of like your standard kind of automation suite. So your kind of NetConf, your TR69, your zero-touch bits and pieces. As you can see, we are actually working already with 16 of the top 30 service providers around the world. We've actually shipped 3 million CPEs. A lot of our time, our stuff is white labeled, so you will come across us a lot of the time and you didn't know actually that it was actually our kit that was actually out there. Just to let you know, we're actually reached now, we're number 2 in the world for business CPE. It's quite a surprising number that I didn't even realize myself. So realistically, what do we have? So for our access solutions, every single device is underpinned by a common software, which is called OS6. That's an industry standard CLI as well. That produces data products, voice products. We call UCPE, which is your white boxes, so it can sit on your kind of Dell, your Lanier, your kind of Silicon, those kind of devices, and also moving into the x86 virtual world. All of these, as I said, are pinned by the same software. All of these can run all the different devices and also a virtualization stack as well. This is always underpinned by our Compose or our control level, which is direct and one managed. Because what's the most important thing when you've got a suite of edge devices? They're not very interesting. Realistically, what you want to be able to do is easily deploy them. So, as I said, everything can be controlled via NetConf, Yang modeling, TR69, everything can be done as zero-touch. We build every single device from scratch. It's manufactured in Europe, designed in Europe. About 250 of our staff are based in R&D, so it's about 500 staff altogether. So the company is designed, in my opinion, it's properly formed. It's a technology-led company. Everything we can do is we can be pretty much built from scratch. So we can run dual WAN, but we can run everything from ADSL up to 10 gig, including wireless, 4G and 5G services. We can pretty much put anything into a box, color the box however you want, stick whatever stickers you want on it, labels, it's whatever you feel like. As I said, it's all underpinned by a common OS. The common OS will support routing, firewall, SBC, as in voice services. That includes Microsoft Direct Routing, and we've completely passed all those bits and pieces. WAN optimization, we bought part of Ipanema, being a French company, to do with InfoVista. We have our own SD-WAN. This is designed for the service provider, so it's actually a multi-tenanted solution that you can deliver out. We can also deliver that out ourselves, if you prefer, as a service platform that you can just buy a part of from ourselves as well. Then we also support edge compute, which I think is a much more interesting thing, is the virtualization suite of trying to actually develop. It's how people are going to move forwards, because with the remote workforce, I think that's where SD-WAN comes in massively. For edge compute is how do you manage satellite offices from the center? When everyone's moving everything into cloud services, the real interesting thing is virtualization. Another interesting thing as well, when you say VNF store, we recently acquired 6 Square. I don't know if you've come across them, but 6 Square is an app store. It's a way of monetizing virtual network functions, and we work with pretty much everyone you can think of, including all the other network vendors, are already accredited on our platform to be able to deliver this out. Now, when we're talking about this, how do we do this? How do we do zero-touch provisioning to morph any edge device into a software-defined solution? We stage it in the factory. That can be staged. Any of these devices can be staged in the factory. So you can have your full config on there if you wanted to. If you want to use TR69 instead to drive down an image, we can do that. It doesn't matter however you want to do it. We will then manufacture that in Europe and ship it out for you. It will be delivered to the customer. The bootstrap sequence will then send it off to our central management platform. That might be yours. That might be ours hosted, whatever you prefer. That will then connect into basically the director, which gives you a visual representation of how that's virtual, that's one switch. And then likewise, it will connect into the service operations stack, so that would be for your imaging, and then obviously the VNF store, which I was talking about from 6 Square. So successful things we've got running this. We have 4,000 container ships sitting around the world, that are going around the world, connected via satellite link. We run on all the onboard logistics for those container ships. And this is using this exact platform, our UCP platform. It's been running there for 4 years. One of the largest, I can't say the name, but you already know, going to know who it is, largest German automotive manufacturer, use us for when you have your firmware images uploaded onto your car. So when your car goes into service, that's what they're doing. They're using an edge compute device to actually push the firmware images into the car. Now, I'll quickly run over the optical transport. So optical transport, we do everything from white boxes, these are just your standard pizza boxes, to your modular transport devices, all the way into OTN switching. As you can see, we cover everything from mobile front haul, back haul, long haul, data center interconnects, access enterprise, to submarine fiber, to metro fiber. We also can do single fiber working up to about 600 gigs. That's like 32 waves. One of the successful things we're having, I suppose, in the UK, we do run some submarine fiber, is we found that a lot of people are using alien waves, where you just an effective way to add capacity to an existing DWDM network. So therefore, we'll just be pushing into your existing DWDM network and pushing up to 32 wavelengths of 600 gig. Sorry, I forgot that. And that's literally it. Has anyone got questions? I thought rather it's a bit of a sales presentation. So I'm happy to talk about something a bit more technical if someone wants us to.
Do we have any questions for Rob?
Okay, nice and quiet.
Yeah.
Well, please come and speak to us, because it's, you know, if you're not already speaking to us, we'd at least like to be another option, arrange POCs and various other bits and pieces, introduce you to Ekinops, you know, or maybe come and visit us, because we have some nice offices. Come to the French Riviera or something.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rob. Yes.